Hello, this is a review for the Bang X7 Bluetooth speaker, and it came in this thing, which is a case thing, and I still have the original stuff in the case. Use it Bluetooth, so I don't use the wire here, which is a 1/8 inch stereo to 1/8 inch stereo wire. And then some documentation type stuff in here that I haven't really looked at. But anyway, it still fits in the case, but I don't use it in the case. It's been banging around. Didn't feel like doing a review on this thing until I've had it for a few months in this backpack and literally banging around. Anyhow, so we'll try to open this up one-handed, which sometimes works. Anyway, there we go. Got my trusty rusty Bluetooth keyboard. That works great. And let's see here. Underneath here is the speaker. So this has been doing well inside this backpack, and we will see if it works. I usually have it connected to my phone, so we'll go ahead and off camera and start up my phone. And I know I have Bluetooth off on my phone, so I'll turn the Bluetooth back on. And the last thing this thing connected to was my phone, so go ahead and don't know if you could see those buttons on there, but you can actually feel them if you can't see them. It's that first button on the left to connect it, so it's good by feel. Hold it a little bit longer. There we go. Next thing you probably hear is connect thing. There we go, that's a little connect thing. All right, so anyhow, I have it kind of connected to the inside of my backpack. I used to have it connected to the inside and outside of my backpack with a tiny little carabiner. So I haven't really used the case that much. Good news, it's tough enough not to need the case. All right, so here is it by itself. I'm gonna stand it up properly. And it doesn't say Bang X7 on it, it says TBI Pro on it, which is the same thing it says on the actual top of the case, so yay for that. All right, let's see how the music sounds. Hopefully this camera is going to be good for sound. All right. We'll just play the first thing on here. So, still the same sound quality as before. Turn it down a bit. That's at about at half volume right there. Turn it down to almost, well, we go from mute to first value, which you can barely hear it. Then just turn it up. That's it all the way. Bring it back down to about 30% there. So I can feel the bass on the back vibrating. I can feel can I feel the speakers vibrate a little bit? Maybe it's the bass thing vibrating the whole thing. But lay it down like that, it gets rid of a lot of the bass because the bass is coming out right over there. So you can feel that thing vibrate. That's probably a soft thing. Let's see here. Buttons on top. There is a wire thing right here for charging. And here's the coolest thing what sold me on the speaker. Right here is a USB thing that you can use to charge your phone. So I wanted a Bluetooth speaker, but more or less I really wanted a secondary charging device. I carry a little charging thing with me anyway that keeps my phone charged, and that is a flashlight and a charger, and this is a speaker and a charger. So I like the dual possibilities of this thing, so highly recommended. Fortunately or unfortunately, I haven't used it to charge my phone all that much. But it seemed like it worked just fine the first time I used it for charging the phone. But in these last few months of having this thing, I bought it about, I think, maybe 3 months ago. And so far, still doing good. Been bashed around, rolling around in the backpack. And sometimes I even set the carabiner to set it on the back of the backpack, on the outside of the backpack. So, yeah. Anyway, so on a 1 through 13 scale, 1 being the worst, 13 being the best, I'm thinking... let's see if I can find the volume knobs on this. Yeah, there it is. Volume down right there. So that works too. anyway, on 1 through 13 scale, 1 being the worst, 13 being the best, I am safely thinking this is a solid 9. How could it be better? It's a little bit heavy, but I don't have a problem with that. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go up to 11 on this because I like the rubberized thing. I like the wire, not the wire, the rope thing. Putting a carabiner on that makes this really useful. I think it might be waterproof. I'd have to see the documentation on that, but I am guessing it is. I haven't got it messed around with that much water. I like the line in. There's a line out, there is a charger for it, and there is the USB battery out. All these options make it a pretty good speaker for me to play around with, and it has tested the toll of my just walking around with it and carrying it around for 3 months, and it still works, and I have not used the case, although I'm glad the case came with it. So anyway, all right, and what could be better about it? Like I said, could be a little bit lighter, could be a little bit smaller, but hey, it could be bigger, you know, it could be louder. The speakers, I think there's 2 or 3 in there. It looks like there's 2, and then the subwoofer kind of thing in the back. So, but I think if you made it lighter and smaller, it might actually go down in quality. This rubberized thing is really nice because just on this tile here, things are pretty slippery, but this thing's staying in place, so that's really good. And I like things like this that stay in place and you can lay something on top of if you need to or whatever. So if I wanted to put that on top of there and let that fall, you know, let's see if I can make it balance. There we go. All right, so that is the end of the review for the Bang X7 Bluetooth speaker that charges, has the ability to charge. Good stuff.